everyone, and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is how does your crush feel about you? Do they feel the same? Do they have a crush on you back? What's going on? There are 4 piles to choose from, and I suggest selecting your pile based on the pile marker that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 1, this card with a woman seemingly kissing a tree that has a heart glowing on it, because the vines wrapped around this tree remind me of the ivy that my grandfather planted in his front yard that I used to play in all the time when I was a kid. I used to love looking at it growing up the tree. So that is why I would choose my pile. Feel free to pause the video now to select your pile. I will put the timestamps in the description down below, and let's get started. If you selected pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out how your crush feels about you. We're starting off your spread here with this Chariot card. And this says to me that your crush does like you back, and they definitely want to progress forward with you. The Chariot is all about forward movement and victory. And with this Hierophant or Hierophant card next to it, the Chariot is moving towards this Hierophant, which is a card that's all about stability, and in a lot of cases it can even represent marriage. But either way, this is a term about like long-term established institutions. And so with these two together, I really see your crush as wanting to progress forward with you. And I do think they see long-term potential with you. They think that you could be like the one for them. They could see you getting married down the road. You know, I think obviously, like, if this is just your crush and you haven't started dating yet, that's a hard thing to call. But I do think you kind of have a sense when you start seeing someone of like what the long-term potential is. Because I remember dating people for years and thinking the whole time like I couldn't marry this person, which probably says, you know, I shouldn't have stayed in that relationship. But I think that this person, like, they're very excited about you and they're very eager to lock it down because they do see you as that long-term partner for them. And another message that I'm getting from these two cards is that the Chariot represents the zodiac sign Cancer, and the Hierophant represents the zodiac sign Taurus. If you know anything about astrology, you'll know that Taurus and Cancer are like perfect match. Like if you were to look up one of those charts online, like what's my zodiac sign's perfect match, they would say Cancer and Taurus go together, Taurus and Cancer go together. So that could be the case for you and your crush. Maybe one of you is a Taurus, the other one is a Cancer. Of course, you don't have to be, but I think this just speaks to your compatibility and also how similar your values are. Because the reason why Cancer and Taurus are so compatible is because they have similar values. These are people who tend to really appreciate comfort, stability. You know, they both can be like pretty stubborn. They both know what they want, and they're not people that are maybe easily swayed or convinced otherwise. They're very steadfast. They have a strong constitution when it comes to the things and people they care about. Both of you could also be homebodies, as I said, or really appreciate kind of the finer things in life. So like a really good home-cooked meal, lots of like quality time in this pile. So that could be another clue as to how your crush feels about you, that they just feel that you're very compatible, and maybe those are some of the things that you know, for example, you two have in common. With the card in the middle of your spread here as the Crone of Cups or the King of Cups, this is another representation of how they feel for you. The King of Cups, a wonderful like card to get in a relationship reading, because this one represents someone who is so emotionally open, patient, emotionally available. Like you feel like you can really rely on them, you can trust them, they are kind, they can be very romantic. And so these are all these feelings that this person has for you. They really want to progress with you. They see a lot of long-term potential with you, and they really want to open up to you emotionally and be there for you emotionally. Now, All that being said, there does seem to be some kind of obstacle in this little flirtationship, this crush that you have, that's being represented by the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands here, I think, indicates that there are some outside influences that are telling your crush that they should not be with you for whatever reason. And it might not really be like a reflection of you. I mean, people have their own reasons. There's like family members that might reject their son, their daughter, their child dating someone of a different religion, of a different ethnicity, whatever it is. Maybe someone in their life, whether that's their family member or a friend, just kind of looks down on this relationship. And again, it doesn't even have to be about you. Maybe this person has parents that really want them to focus on school or their career, and they're like, you don't have time for dating. Don't worry about this. Just leave it alone. Because the Seven of Wands really indicates like detractors, people coming up and saying this won't work out. And I think that's also reflected in the last card here, the Void, which is equivalent to the Fool. So the Fool is the very first card in any tarot deck, and it represents like starting a new journey. But obviously, you think of the Fool, you think of foolishness. So I think there's people here telling them that if they start a relationship with you, that would be a mistake. That would be very foolish of them, and they should not take that leap of faith because they don't know how it's going to turn out. Or, there's people that are looking at the glass half empty and trying to convince your person that getting into a relationship with you would be bad for them. That being said, I don't really think that your person, the person that you have a crush on, agrees with this. I think this person still feels very strongly for you, but I think they also, the pressure of people not wanting you to be together is maybe the reason why you have not started a relationship with this person yet. But I do think that they will come forward and they will, attempt to be with you, because these are very strong feelings that this person has for you. And I do think this person wants to be with you and they want to give it a chance, even if it means it, gives satisfaction to people who are waiting to see it fail. On the back of your pile marker, this says, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And so I think this is saying, this person definitely intends to come towards you with an offer of love, of romance. And I think it's also a reminder that in their feelings, they're having to convince themselves like, no, I'm allowed to want this, and I'm allowed to want to be with this person and go after this person, even if other people are saying no. Again, maybe they have a really overbearing family or people in their lives that are very controlling about like what they do. And so this is kind of almost a test for them to see if they're willing to shake off those outside opinions and do something for themselves for once. And that's also coming through in the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card I pulled for this. So this says the butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So again, I think this speaks to both of those really two messages about how your crush feels. I think one, they really want to evolve the relationship to the next phase. And also by choosing to pursue this relationship with you, they are healing part of their inner child that feels like they have to put aside their own desires, their own wants to make other people happy or comfortable, even if it means sacrificing, their boundaries, the things that they're literally looking forward to. And so I think pursuing this relationship with you is really going to give them a lot more freedom, not just in romance, but in their life in general, and being able to kind of dictate their own decisions. And then I pulled a Hidden Truth Oracle card here with a little message from your crush. This says, I don't react when people mention you. And so I think this person has very strong feelings for you. I don't think that they are not reacting because they don't have any feelings for you. I think this really goes with those detractors. When someone brings you up or like you shouldn't have a crush on that person. You shouldn't date that person. You shouldn't hang out with them. They don't react because I don't think they want to feed into the negativity. And they just don't want to have that conversation. They're like, I'm not going to argue with you about the person that I like, the person that I see a long-term connection with. And so, overall, this is very cute. I do think your crush really likes you. I think they have some of their own issues external to you with people in their life that are keeping them down, that they need to resolve in order to fully blossom into a fully developed connection with you. But I do see them moving forward and wanting to do that. So that's really beautiful. Congratulations to you, my pile ones. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. And take care. If you selected pile 2, let's figure out how your crush feels about you. We're starting off your spread here with this beautiful, wonderful lovers card, which one of the best cards to get in any love reading, obviously. I mean, it's all about love. And this is like a soulmate card. I do think that your crush sees you as their soulmate, like their person, the one, etc. They really do feel very strongly towards you. That being said, the lovers is not always just about love. The lovers is also like a Gemini card. If you think of Geminis, it's the twins, right? There's a duality there. There's two sides, there's two paths. And that's also being represented visually on the card, where there's these two cups kind of separating. A lot of times the lovers can show up as having to make a very big decision. And so I want to reiterate before I get into the rest of this, that this is how this person feels. This is not necessarily the facts of the situation. This is their perception and their feelings. So they feel betrayed by you, by the 7 of Swords. This is a card that's all about deception, sneakiness. So I do see this in love readings a lot of times as being almost like they were lied to in a situation. So sometimes that's like infidelity or cheating. Sometimes that's just there was a lie of some kind. But also the 7 of Swords in like a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck is represented by someone that's basically sneaking away from this huge like circus tent on their own, and they're not looking back. And so they can also feel like you are the one that got away, like you snuck away from them. And that might have been your decision or not. I just, I'm getting a message that for some of you, this was like you got an offer. Maybe you got accepted into a school or university, or you got a job offer in a different place. And this person was like, well, I don't want to go there. And you were like, well, I'm not going to give up my opportunity for you. So I'm going to go anyway. So you end up leaving, but they felt like you chose that over them maybe. Again, that's just for some of you. For others of you, this is much more just like emotionally to them, that they feel like you're the one that got away. And maybe that's their fault. Maybe that's something that they did that caused you to walk away. But they do feel like you gave up on them, is what I'm hearing. So, again, this is just their feelings about it. This person could have been like, not a great partner. Maybe they were the ones that betrayed you in some way. And you really like laid down those boundaries and you were like, that's not going to work for me, so I'm leaving. And now they feel like, wow, you didn't even want to fight for me. You didn't want to fight for us. If you really cared about me, you would have tried. You would have stayed and tried to work it out for me. And you're like, why would I sit there and tolerate the disrespect? Again, there's like a few different scenarios here, but overall, this person does feel like you got away from them somehow. Either they felt betrayed by you and so they let you go, or you got away because you had like an external offer, or you left them behind. And you're coming through in the middle of this spread here as this Queen of Swords. So you could be a Libra or have a prominent Libra placement in your natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But this is someone who's fair. So again, even if they like... Even if they feel like you betrayed them, I think they do understand like your reasoning. But the Queen of Swords is someone who's very much mind over matter, their logic over feelings. And so I think they feel betrayed because they're like, well, that was probably the smart thing to do, or the right thing to do in this situation, but you didn't take in consideration my feelings, or they feel like you could just turn your feelings off for them and walk away. And because the Queen of Swords is someone who's not afraid to cut through the BS. So again, this person feels like you walked away from them. Like you just put aside your feelings for them for whatever reason, and they feel betrayed by that. Again, that could be a reflection of their own actions, or that could be because they felt like you did something that disregarded their emotions completely. But with the next two cards here, we have the Ten of Cups and then the Death card. So again, with the Ten of Cups, that really goes with that Lovers to me, because the Ten of Cups is this card that's all about like very pure happiness, feeling like you have found your people, your community, feeling very happy with them, being able to celebrate. And then with the Death card next to it, this is the very dramatic slicing through that. I mean, if you even look at the language of these cards, on the Death card, the figure on the Death card is holding a sword and holding it up towards that Ten of Cups, or slicing through it. And death, obviously, is an ending. It's an ending. And so they felt like they do feel like you're their person, but they have felt like you got away from them somehow, and because of that, their happiness towards you has ended. This is very interesting to me because this is supposed to be about your crush. So I'm thinking you still have some feelings for this person, but they feel like, maybe you disregarded them. Maybe you do have feelings for this person, but you also know that you need to be treated better by them in order to give them a chance. And I don't think that they have reached that level of self-reflection, because they're more just it doesn't feel like they're really regretful over anything they may have done. It's more just well, why aren't you, the viewer, fighting harder? Now, alternatively, if you were the one that effed up, or if you did something to distance yourself, you made the decision that ultimately caused the demise of whatever the situation was, then I do think that this person probably still likes you, but they're very hurt by you. And that's coming through in the pile marker that you selected too. On the back of this card, it says, "My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing." So this is them still having those lingering feelings for you and still craving you and wanting you, even though there is separation in this pile. That's also coming through in the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card we pulled, which says, "Stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, and shocking attack." So that really goes with that Seven of Swords for me. And, there's so much sword imagery in this pile, because we have the two swords cards, we have the sword on the Death card. There's a lot about slicing through the happiness or the love that you had. So again, I feel like for a lot of you, this is someone that you were previously involved with, and then for whatever reason, there was a breakup, there was a separation, and now maybe both of you still have lingering feelings toward each other, but it's kind of unclear about what's going to happen or how the other person is feeling about the possibility of rekindling a friend or a relationship or getting back together in any kind of way. So again, this person still feels very betrayed by you. Whether or not that's actually a reflection of your actions, you will know, but this is how that person feels. And I also pulled a Hidden Truth Oracle message card here, something they want to say to you. And this says, "You don't know how hard it was to let you go." So again, just a reiteration that there is separation here. And I think this person had a very hard time letting you get away from them. Again, I think they really see you as the one that got away. And so, yes, I do think they are open to rekindling this situation, but it feels like there's a lot of healing and a lot of communication that needs to happen before there can be any forward movement in this connection. So Take from that what you will. You will understand exactly what happened in your situation better than, what this is. But do I think there's still potential here? Yes. There's still a lot to work through though. So thank you for watching my pile twos. That is it for your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon, and take care. If you selected pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out how your crush feels about you. We're starting off your spread here with this beautiful 4 of Wands, which in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, this is the wedding card. So weddings obviously are all about a romantic union, but also it's a celebration. They're fun. Everyone's really celebrating life and love and connection and community. And so there's this duality with this card I see in a love reading of being both about passion and fun and also about stability, commitment, and things like that. So this is a very fun card to see in a love reading because it indicates, not just wanting to be with someone out of feeling comfortable with them or feeling like you need them or feeling like you can rely on them. There is that part. You do feel like you can rely on this person. You do like them. You do see a long-term feeling with them, but also you have fun with them. There's a lot of passionate energy here, and you feel like that passion is what can sustain and fuel a long-term commitment. So overall, does your crush like you? Absolutely. I do think that this person likes you back. They do see a lot of potential with you. They have a lot of fun with you, and they think that you would have a lot of fun in a relationship together. And that's also being reflected in the next card here, this Ace of Cups, which is the start of a new romantic connection. It's really beautiful. It's open-hearted. It's wanting to take that leap of faith and dive into someone to get to know them. I just heard the Caroline Polachek album, and I guess song also, where she says, "Desire, I want to turn into you." It's wanting to just jump into the ocean of this person, be completely surrounded by their feelings for you, or your feelings for them, the feelings of being in a relationship. So this is really beautiful, positive energy. It still feels very fresh. I don't think that this is someone that you have known for a long time. But this is someone that's very excited for you and does see a lot of potential and a lot of fun in being with you. Now, that being said, in the middle of your spread here, we have this 2 of Pentacles, which is a card that's all about finding balance and trying to gain your footing. And so when I see it in the middle of the spread, I see it as trying to find balance between the 2 different sides. So on the left side, we have the 2 cards we just went over, that 4 of Wands and the Ace of Cups, which are these really beautiful romantic feelings, this optimism, this passion, this desire to move things forward and really submerge themselves in getting to know you, getting to be with you. And on the other side, we have this 3 of Cups and this 3 of Swords. And so this is really interesting because although they really do like you and they want to move forward with you, I think this person has a lot of fears, specifically regarding infidelity. Sometimes in a love reading, I see the 3 of Cups as a third-party situation. So love triangles, cheating, infidelity, things like that. And with the 3 of Swords next to it, that's just a reiteration to me because the 3 of Swords is the heartbreak card. So we have 2 threes here. And so I do think that this person is kind of shy or hesitant to jump into a relationship with you or just in general because of this fear of infidelity. Now, this could be either A, they think that you have someone else. Maybe they know someone, they have a friend who also has a crush on you. Maybe they feel like you have a crush on someone else. Maybe they feel like you just have a ton of different options and that makes them feel insecure because they're like, why would this person choose me? That's option A. Option B is that this person has been on the receiving end of infidelity in the past. They have been cheated on, they have been betrayed in a relationship before, and that has made them hard it has made them difficult to trust and really open up in new relationships. Now, with the Two of Pentacles, as I said in the middle, this is about finding your footing. So I think they're trying to exercise caution and not dive in too quickly because they don't want to like embarrass themselves if you say, no, I want this other person, or they don't want to come across as like needy or, turn you off if you do have a lot of other options you're choosing from, or they don't want to rush into something and end up getting hurt like they did in the past. And so they're trying to balance these feelings of being really excited about you and the potential of the relationship with these fears and anxieties they have. Again, I do think they like you. I think they're just walking a fine line. So it seems like they're progressing in this connection a little slowly. But again, really do like you. There's a lot of passion here, and that's coming through in the pile marker that you selected. On the back of this card, it says twin flames, your passion ignites. So again, there's a lot of mirroring in this connection. So maybe you even have similar anxieties. Maybe there's a lot of like, does this person like me, or do they like this other person? Or maybe you have also been cheated on in the past, and so you're like, I'm kind of nervous about allowing myself to fall in love again because how can I trust someone like that? So again, there probably is a lot of mirroring in this pile, but ultimately I think you both feel very passionate toward each other. I think you both have a lot of fun with each other, and so there is this really kind of magnetic pull between you and your crush. And that's also being reflected in the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card I pulled, which says date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, and plans at a date. So this person has intentions to ask you on a date. Again, I think this is someone that is relatively new in your life. This is not someone that you have known for a long time or dated before. And I think that the getting back out there is really important because, again, this could be them kind of recovering from a past relationship that really did not go well for them. So this is them, they're really choosing to be optimistic with you. They're trying to be optimistic, but also realistic and not like put all their eggs in one basket because maybe they have been hurt in the past or they have a fear of being hurt or rejected by you. But the good news is we have in the Hidden Truth Oracle card I pulled, which is a little message from your crush, it says, I want to tell you how I feel, which goes again with that date card, with that Ace of Cups. They do have intentions of coming to you and confessing their feelings. They might just need a little bit more time. They're trying to, get over their fears. They're trying to make sure you like them and not someone else first because they don't want to feel blindsided or rejected. So maybe you can drop a little hint here or there that you are really interested in them. And I do see this like progressing for you. So that's very cute. Congratulations to you, my pile threes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 4, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out how your crush feels about you. We're starting off your spread here with this beautiful Empress card, one of my favorite cards in all of the tarot. And let me just preface this by saying, I think your crush definitely likes you back. I'm picking up that this is someone that you are friends with. So this person, they really think very highly of you. The Empress is this very feminine figure, whether you're a man or a woman, but they have this like softness, they have this abundance to them. And this is also a card about beauty and pleasure. So this person really sees you as being extremely physically attractive, but that's not the only reason why they also have a crush on you. They also like that you are very caring, you're sweet, you're ambitious. Like if you put your mind to something, you really make it happen for yourself. You know how to like birth your ideas into the world. You know how to bring things into fruition. And people really feel like they can rely on you because you're very like receptive. You're a very caring person. You have a lot of empathy. And these are all qualities that your crush admires in you. Now, that being said, they think the world of you. They think you're so beautiful, so kind, so ambitious, so open-hearted. But with the moon card next in your spread here, this is something that they've been keeping a secret. The moon can indicate things that are hidden. I mean, you think of nighttime, like you can't really see that much ahead of you. So this person really isn't letting you see that they feel that way about you, which is probably what brought you to this reading, because you're like, I don't know what's going on there. I have a crush on this person, have no idea how they feel about me. So definitely they're keeping their emotions very close to their chest. For some of you, their initials could be like a B or J. And I'm also getting that this person could be a Pisces or have a prominent Pisces placement in their natal chart. So their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, Venus. Again, that doesn't have to apply to everyone, but that just may be a clue or a confirmation that that is who we are talking about. Now, why are they keeping these feelings for you hidden? We have the Six of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords upright is a card about making a transition to something better, like leaving behind something that is choppy waters and going towards something that's smooth sailing. But in reverse, there's this feeling that to move forward with you, they might lose something they already have, or it will be worse. And so there's really this strong message here of this person's like afraid to ruin the friendship. I think that, you have a crush on this person, they have a crush on you, both of you are kind of unsure how the other person feels, and this person's like, well, if I tell you, the viewer, that I want to be with them so badly and they don't feel the same way, then what? We can't be friends anymore. It's going to be so awkward. And so that's why this person is really hesitant to come forward, because they like being in your life. They like having you around them. They like being able to speak with you and hang out with you. And so there's this fear that by confessing their feelings, they will be rejected in some kind of way, or it will make the situation awkward, and then they will lose you completely. So they're like, better to have you in my life, but maybe not exactly in the way that I want you, instead of just losing you completely altogether. And that's really coming through in the last two cards here, this Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, because, they're Six of Swords, like I said, is a transition card. So in their mind, they want to transition from hiding their feelings about how much they like you with that Empress and their moon to something else, but they're afraid that that transition is not going to work out, and then instead it's going to lead them to this Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles energy. Five of Cups is a feeling of loss and grief. I mean, you can see on this card, it's a heart that's literally been stabbed through with a sword. It's feeling like you've lost something that you really care about. And so again, they're afraid of losing the friendship. They're afraid of losing you by confessing these feelings. And with the Five of Pentacles here, that's kind of a reiteration. Fives are very unstable cards, and the Five of Pentacles is a card about feeling like it's not enough. There's not enough there, or they will be left out in the cold by you, or you won't be there to support them anymore. And so there's this feeling like maybe they're not enough for you. Maybe you don't see them the same way. And if that's the case, then they will be all alone and they won't have access to the warmth of their friendship with you. They won't have access to you anymore. And instead, they will be in a state of sadness and grief about having lost someone that they really enjoy being around. And that's also being expressed in the pile marker that you selected. On the back of this card, it says friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So again, this is just that reiteration to me that this really feels like someone that you are friends with, maybe have been friends with for a while, and they're scared to ruin that friendship with you. They definitely like you. They're just afraid of what will happen if they express that, because they don't want to lose you as a friend. And that's also coming through in the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card we pulled, which is sunglasses. This says watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, and focusing out. To me, I'm picking this up as someone's wearing sunglasses and you can't see their eyes. It's like this person is looking at you with hard eyes and you can't see it because they're trying to hide behind a mask of being like, oh, we're just friends. So that's why you're even asking this, because you're like, I'm not really sure how this person feels about me. Well, that's intentional because they don't want to scare you away. They're trying to play it cool, definitely, but they do have eyes for you. And that's also coming through in the final card that I pulled For the spread here from the Hidden Truth Oracle, this is a little message from your crush. It says, I am afraid to contact you. So I don't think that they're actually afraid to talk to you. It feels like this is someone you speak to regularly because, as I said, I really think this is someone that you are already friends with. That being said, I think they're afraid to contact you about their feelings. I think they're afraid to tell you exactly how they are feeling about everything. And maybe just hang out with them more, let them know that you are interested in them, and that will bring you closer together so you can be together and this person won't be afraid to really make their feelings known. So congratulations to you, my pile fours. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care.